And I do want to encourage you to do so and consider come and join together with us. I also want to encourage a partnership, village-to-village partnership, sister villages. As you multiply clean villages in India, and we multiply clean villages in a Teso region, I would like to encourage a partnership. And indeed, we will begin that with the cleanest village in Asia, to partner with a village in my region. That I would like to encourage so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important for you to know that in our parliament, we have an environmental forum. A forum that deals with climate change. A forum that deals with the environment, cleanliness. I will also go and present my experience to that forum when I return to Uganda. So that maybe next year, as this is an annual event, it will not just be me alone here and my brother, Dr. Young, but it will be more than one or more than two. I will be able to encourage my fellow MPs from Uganda, members of parliament, to come and participate in this event, because then we'll be stronger when we are more, and we shall have a united voice to speak in parliament for a clean Uganda. I want to thank you so much for giving your time to listen at me, and I want to thank you, Mr. Robinda, for inviting me. I feel greatly honored to be a visitor in this nation, and Your Honor, the Honorable Member of Parliament, it's important for me to let you know that you are welcome to Uganda too, and I'll be able to host you and have you visit with us. Thank you so much for accepting me in your country and accepting me in your city. Thank you, everyone, and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a standing applause to the two most dynamic members of parliament we have just heard speaking right now. Thank you, Dr. Udit Raj. Sir, I have been to your beautiful country of Uganda, and I must say that the people of Uganda are among the finest people I have ever met. I'm sure under the able leadership of Dr. Udit Raj, Mr. Robindra Sachdev, we'll take a dynamic delegation to your country and work on absolute synergy together. I also remember border. I remember taking this from one border that I'll never forget. And your lakes are among the most pristine and cleanest in the world. Uganda is a gorgeous, God's own country, and I request each and every one of you present here today, if you ever get a chance to go to any part of Africa, make Uganda your first destination. It's really worth it. Thank you so much. Over to Robinda.
Thank you so much, Patrick. And you know, it's about creativity. We got thinking about Molelong, and Patrick was very interested in the whole idea. Why not, you know, let's do a sister village between Meghalaya village and his village. And I think these are aspects where, you know, cooperation or international cooperation kind of helps out, and we end up creating newer and newer things. Secondly, by the way, there are some flower pots out there. So later on towards dinner time when you're going, you are requested to take each pot and plant with you as a gift from us. And secondly, we should definitely also acknowledge Parul Mehra. She's the artist. So you see the paintings, the small paintings and the quotations on each table, they're different. So Parul, if you could just stand up for a minute and take an applause. And actually even all of these paintings which are here, we asked her, requested her to actually, you know, colorify the room, beautify the room. So thank you so much for that. That said, now, may I invite Mr. P.K. Singh from the Power Finance Corporation to give us his words and as an approach towards clean investing. Please, sir.
I believe Dr. Raj has left. So, uh, Honorable Mr. Patrick Okabe, Dr. Lee, Mr. Sasdeva, ladies and gentlemen. I work for a company called Power Finance Corporation, and we are mandated by Government of India for investing in power sector projects. So anything related to power we fund, and clean energy is always a constant issue which we keep on struggling, because as you all know, our country is on the growth path, and for growing, one of the indicators of prosperity and growth is your energy consumption, per capita power consumption, which is around 1,000 units today for India. If we compare this with the world average, we are 1/5 of world average, and 1/20th of country like USA. So on the one hand, in order to be prosperous, we need to have more amenities, more facilities, and we need, which ends up consuming more power. On the other hand, the sustainability of this development, the sustainable development aspect, is throwing challenges throughout the journey. So when we started, we thought hydropower would be a clean source of energy, and a lot of projects, because of the issues related to deforestation and resettlement, rehabilitation, we found large hydro projects are often challenged, and many projects are stranded midstream because of various issues of this nature. Because one of the aspect of hydropower development is there are areas which get disturbed because of such development. Because if you make a big dam, it will result in submergence, and a lot of people get dislocated and affected because of that. And the benefit of this development is actually not in that area, it goes elsewhere, or it is shared by many other. So it is a constant challenge to do such development. The other big source of power, because India is rich in coal, so large number of coal based power generation came to this. We started developing huge number of power plants based on thermal and coal based capacity. And as you may be aware that such power plants generate large amount of carbon dioxide, and India is one of the largest emitter, in fact second to China. If you see the total carbon dioxide emission because of this power generation being one of the largest contributor. So the challenge became that how do we, and here comes our current dynamic Honorable Prime Minister, who will not hesitate in signing Paris climatic change, which even now US is not pursuing, and we are signatory to that climatic change, and which puts a lot of brakes on such type of power development. So thermal power, coal based power projects became more difficult to implement. But Honorable Prime Minister has also given a way forward. He suggested that by 2022 we should have 175 gigawatts of clean energy, which means we'll have about 100 gigawatts of solar energy in the country, 60 gigawatts of wind, and some small hydro, waste to energy, and some other forms. And because of such impetus, we have seen large amount of development in these, and it is in fact today disruptive in nature, because only 5 to 10 years back, we thought solar projects are not viable projects. If you want to do it, it's a luxury, it will be too expensive, this country can't afford it. But today, the prices have become very, very affordable. The various bids which we are seeing today, it's 2 rupees 44 paisa is the lowest bid which we have received so far, which is quite attractive, because the alternative source of energy cost higher than this. So solar, because of large amount, the big volume, economy of scale and things like, and technological development, it has become very affordable. Similarly, wind projects, a lot of domestic capacity has come in, and the biggest challenge in solar project is still we are all the panels, all the equipment which we are getting here, they are coming from China, and we have to, now the focus is how to increase domestic content in this. So the government is encouraging a lot of capacity, manufacturing capacity within the country, and very soon we will have large number of capacity in domestic, which will not only make us dependent domestically, but also will provide large number of employment to the country. Other than solar and wind, one of the biggest challenge which for the topic of the day, cleanliness in the country, you might have seen large number of waste dumps in Delhi. There are a couple of mountains because of waste. So every municipal waste is a big menace, and it is going to become more and more serious as we, because of the population density and our consumption pattern. So one of the area which is now coming very fast is waste to energy, where we are not just managing the waste, but we are also converting it to generate electricity. Today we require some government intervention to make it happen, but days are not far by when we will have enough technology and enough thing which will make this also viable, because there are a lot of models. Now private entrepreneurs are getting into waste collection, and their tipping fee they are getting, because of which these projects are becoming more and more viable. Another big challenge for Clean India is the water. Large amount of water gets wasted because we don't have infrastructure. One of the things where we are pitching in is a lot of sewage treatment plants, large size plants, not small capacity. So recently we have funded few projects in Maharashtra where we will use sewage water and convert it to make it usable for the power plant. And so we avoid taking fresh water, and coal-based power projects are one of the largest consumer of fresh water, raw water. So it's doing dual purpose. So these are the areas basically we as a lender in power sector, we are trying to encourage funding of renewable projects where we have taken large exposure in the last 3-4 years, and we are the largest funding agency for that. And municipal waste to energy projects, we are encouraging lots of them, and sewage treatment plants funding also we are doing a lot of. As far as the old coal-based projects are concerned, in order to stay there, because the emission norms have become so stringent, they need to be upgraded. There are a lot of investment required to just maintain the current power generation profile. So for that also we are going to each and every utility and trying to encourage them to invest in this, and which will make our India more clean. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Singh. Now I'll invite our colleague, Ms. Kalpana and Pandey for us, and we'll request Mr. Patrick, Honorable Member Parliament, Patrick Okabe, to award the award to Power Finance Corporation for being a responsible and clean investor in India. आप भी साथ हो जाओ. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kalpana. Yes. Now it is my pleasure to announce that we have some more VIP guests. Please, Salman Chishti ji, if you can please stand up and acknowledge the crowd. They'll want to welcome you. He's the Ajmer Sharif, the Salman Chishti ji. Thank you very much. Been a pleasure, sir. And also, of course, Dr. Nirmal Jain. Could you please share with the audience? Nirmal Jain. And of course, I think most of us or all of us know Sanjana John, we all know. And we are waiting that sometime in the evening, she'll be officially the brand ambassador, the global brand ambassador of the Come Clean India campaign. She's been amazing, amazing support and amazing energy. We are really honored, and it's a pleasure to have your energy, Sanjana. Thank you. Okay, that'll be sometime. We are waiting for some more very inspiring minds who will be joining us when the Power Women Awards also would be there. Now, may I invite Mr. David Young Lee, a very interesting gentleman. He's from Korea. Please, sir. Amongst the many hats that David wears, I will identify two, and he's here today because of one of them. In Korea, there was a movement started in the 1960s known as the New Village Movement, right? And it was quite a success. And then, as society's progress, change happens, some ideas, some plans, they evolve in certain ways. He is the international director of this New Village Movement in Korea. That's one hat. And we look forward to hearing his views on that. But the other hat which he wears, another very interesting, is Peace Korea. This is an organization in Korea which is working for and promoting peace between North and South Korea. So that's indeed a very noble task and a mission you're doing, sir. We really congratulate you for, or not congratulate you, or yes we do. But I mean, let's hope that we have that peace across the borders. So that said, now I invite him to share his ideas and thoughts, lessons learned in Korea. Korea has been a miracle economy, right? We hear about the Asian tigers, Korea, Taiwan, etc. So how Korea decided about it and how was the success, where is it now, or any other thoughts that you would like to share. And by the way, they'll also be announcing a Korea Meghalaya corridor on healthcare. In the Northeast, the Korean culture is quite popular. I think some of us would know. And just again, by chance, the fact that we named this event today, or the room, after Molenong village, the village in Meghalaya, we were talking to them. So they said, okay, why don't we try and create a cultural bridge? There already are definitely exchanges, but why don't we try and create a cultural bridge as well as a bridge on healthcare and clean energy between Korea and the state of Meghalaya. They are also inviting the Honorable Chief Minister to visit Korea next month maybe, but I'll leave all of that to him and what his thoughts are. David, a pleasure, sir.
Respected Chairman of Image India Institutes and Come Clean India Movement, and the Honorable Patrick Okabe, Member of Parliament in Uganda, and Honorable Dr. Udit Raj. In fact, Dr. Udit Raj and Mr. Ravinder Sachdev has been a long-time friend of mine. And Patrick Okabe, the Member of Parliament in Uganda, also a long-time friend of mine. And ladies and gentlemen who participate in this auspicious occasion, I'm so honored to be here today. I'm director of the Canaan Farmers School, which is known as a precursor of well-known South Korean model of development, that is New Village Movement. In fact, a few years ago, I made a visit with the international president of Canaan Farmers School movement to meet with His Excellency, Dr. Abdul Kalam, when he was alive. He was quite interested in the South Korean New Village Movement and how India could connect and collaborate with the South Korean model of development, that is New Village Movement. Dr. Kalam was promoting Pura. That is the abbreviation of providing urban amenities in rural India. So he sees the common things in both movements. So I met with the president of Canaan Farmers School 3 times with His Excellency Dr. Kalam